3年我就會講嗰個係自然嘅嗰個，但現在你山上嘅我們說，你把我跳舞的技術，我覺得我在大家嘅山上呢，我本來就跟你老少不動。
Okay, this is a video about the living condition of retired soldier of Nationalist Party during the anti-Japanese war of China in 1937 to 1945. Well, from this video, I believe all of you have noticed that their living condition is really improper and desperate. In 2010, when I was attending an identity and politics class, my instructor mentioned a piece of history which is about the anti-Japanese war, and he was expressed his plaint about the huge casualty of nationalist party, especially for the army. Well, when I looked around, that's what my classmates were doing: sleeping, finishing their homework which we'll do for the next day, or just looking at nowhere. It makes me feel like this part of memory, this part of history is dying out from our generation. People are ignoring or forgetting what happened in the past, and they no longer care about it. The casualty of the nationalist army during the anti-Japanese war, well, according to the official database, is incredibly huge. About 3 million casualties, which including missing, deaths, and wounded. And don't have to mention the completely wiped out Navy and the Air Force. Such great number of deaths, and I can't believe for our generation, about less than 100 years, we have forgotten, most of us. This is what I'm worried about. There are still another huge group of living retired nationalist soldiers, but they are dying out, of course, so is the history. Here is an example. I believe most of you do not know the campaign of Mao Zedong during that period of wartime. The nationalist army finally captured this significant point, statistical point, at the cost of 8,000 casualties. And to memorialize those deaths and honor the deaths and wounded, they built a memorial and buried the dead soldiers with wooden cappings. However, decades passed. There was a school built on the old memorial, and the memorial was completely destroyed and cut into 2 pieces as the stairs for the school. And the canteen of the school even was filled by the wooden cafes of dead soldiers. This is completely unbelievable to me. The people who fought for the independence of our country, for the peace of our country, for the next generation, and this is what they got after their death. Even their coffin was used as fuel, and the memorial was destroyed. It's like we are wiping out the memory by our own hands. I will say, and I believe most of you will have to admit, this is the failure of the government. If even the government do not care about this, why should we care about it? And this is my point for the next part of the speech. I think we should, no matter the government care about it or not. The video I have showed you, I believe you have noticed that most of the retired soldiers, especially for those wounded, have to earn their life by even doing farming work at the age of 80s, even 90s. And for those wounded ones, they cannot get proper medical treatment as they do not have enough money, which should have been offered by the government. However, just because they are the retired soldiers of the opposing political party during the war for the freedom of our country after the anti-Japanese war, and which is also the opposing political party of the dominant political party, communist, for now. So they cannot be treated fairly. This is the reason. I don't think that's fair. And from the video, have you noticed that one person who was interviewed said that the people living around those which are neighbors of the retired soldiers, they are confused about the volunteer behavior of those volunteers. They said, they are just normal nationalist retired soldiers. Why are they so important? Why are you doing providing volunteer assistance to them? They are nationalists. Why? This is sad. Makes me feel sad. At least these citizens of China do not understand, do not know that part of the history which determines the independence of our country. And this is what I want to tell you guys today. No matter what you are, what concerns you now, a graduate school, or a better job after the graduation, or just find a girlfriend. No matter what you are concerned about, I think that's proper, and I think that's exactly what those who fought for us want us to care about after the war is over. But this is not an excuse for us to forget them. Those people fought deadly, hardly for us, and I think it's reasonable for us to repay them, no matter what means. You can just donate some money or do some volunteer jobs. So even the simplest one, just tell people around you. Or just if you notice that they have no idea what happened in the past, at least you can tell them that once upon a time, a group of Chinese youngers fought for the independence of our country and the peaceful life of our generation. Thank you.
这个拍到了吧？